I've been playing music since before I can even remember. I started out on a little drum set that my parents bought me, and then I kind of progressed to a bigger drum set, and then I picked up the guitar when I was about 14 years old, and I started writing songs when I was about 15, and I just kind of ran with it. And I've been raised as a pastor's kid my entire life, and that brings its own, plethora of difficulties and differences. And at the age of about 18, I started to kind of just spiral down. I decided that I didn't want anything to do with God or church, and I wanted to get as far away from it as I could. And so I tried everything I could, and I had a pretty bad drug problem and alcohol problem, and was doing absolutely everything I could to distance myself from God, and I dug a pretty deep hole. And on the other side of that fence, which is very recently, I decided that I need to do something different. This just isn't working, and so I've started to work with Life on the Verge Ministries and Solid Rock Ministries, and we've been going into prisons and playing music for prisoners and putting on services for prisoners. And through all that, a lot of stuff has been changing in me. And through the turmoil and through the resolution of it, I've written songs the entire time. And so the album that I'm writing really just tells all. It's a very honest album, and it's songs that I wrote in the worst time of my life, and it's songs that I wrote very recently, coming out of that. And the album is entitled The Boy and His Ship, and it's kind of it's a character I made, but it's adaptations from my life, and it's kind of a story of my life in the past 3 or 4 years. I'm starting a Kickstarter for $6,000 because this is an album that I really can't do on my own. I need your help. And the donations that you'll be giving will be going towards the album that I'm making, as far as some other stuff, as far as tour and the music video and stuff like that. But the main focus is the Boy and His Ship album. And the reason that I want other people to be a part of this is because this is an album that kind of relates to anybody, no matter what circumstance they're in. I was singing the songs from this album in prisons with, serial killers, sexual offenders, and bringing tears to their eyes. And that's a big thing to me, and that just shows me that my music can relate to absolutely anyone. So the goal that I have with this album is I just want to inspire. I want people to listen to this music, and whether they just feel comfort, or they have some kind of resolution from it, or they have some God-ordained, personal change with themselves. I just want this album to really reach people. For donating to this Kickstarter, we have some pretty cool perks. If you give $10, you will get a free copy of the album. If you give $25, you will get a signed copy of the album. If you give $50, you'll get a signed copy of The Boy and His Ship, and also a signed copy of my previous EP, Black Lungs. If you give $100, you'll get everything I just mentioned, as well as early access to the Black Lungs music video we'll be shooting. If you give $250, you will get everything I mentioned, as well as free admission to the Boy and His Ship release party. If you give $1,000 or more, you will get all that I just mentioned, as well as a private show for you and anybody you choose at the location that you choose. If we do reach the goal of $6,000, we will begin production immediately. I really think this is an album that can impact people, and I think that it's an album that when people listen to it, no matter what they're going through, no matter what kind of problem they're going through, no matter how different it is from the problems that I went through and I'm writing about, it's just an album that can find you in that spot, and hopefully it can speak to you in that spot, and I really believe that it can. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video, and hopefully you'll be listening to The Boy and His Ship soon. My
said, wait for her. Nothing really